YouTube is Coffee, tapping back in, man, and things is heating up. A lot going on in the blogosphere when it comes to WACK100, Big U. You know, they've been beefing behind the scenes for the longest time, Billy Joel voice, right? But we started seeing more stuff come out in the blogosphere, and as of late, the snitch allegations. Comment with your thoughts on all that at Big U from WACK100, and then there's also individuals theorizing, you know, that WACK has been an informant for the longest time, Billy Joel voice, and that's not even just pertaining to this situation. There's been discussions of that for a very, very long time. You know, there's a whole nother convo. We'll dive more in that in other videos, but tap in on that as well. But WACK puts up this post, and he's saying, you know, he is not a rat. That's some flunkery, and let's check it out.
Okay. And the individual that you guys were following that you were talking about previously, just to confirm, that was WACK100, to my knowledge?
There was what?
A guy named WACK100 that you guys were following initially to try to get to Suge, and then you realized that he really wasn't going to get you there in Antelope Valley?
I think that's who it is. I don't recall that name, but yeah, to me, it was a waste of time chasing that guy for as long as we did.
Yeah. I think his government name is Cash Jones.
Yes.
But,
yep. There you go. Yes.
Okay.
Well, again, I don't know. This is where this continuous misunderstanding or this continuous revision of history. Cash Jones was never arrested. We never arrested Cash Jones. So I don't know where he's getting that from. You know, the task force essentially had one objective originally, and that was to solve Biggie's murder.
Okay. And
all right, so WACK throws that up. You see that's Kading and the other detective, right? And they're referencing back that task force trying to solve the murder, get next to Suge. The first guy, that was funny as fuck. He's like, I don't know, WACK100. What's that? What's a WACK100? I don't know. Oh, Cash Jones. Okay. You know what I mean? He was more familiar with WACK's government name. But WACK put this up with this caption. It says, you don't follow an informant. Oh, my bad. You don't follow an informant. You follow a person that's being informed on. Real Pyru, Valley, don't never fold. You can't beat me with a lie. When the truth is on the board, try again. Let's see what the people are talking about. 600, first one right at the top of this thread, saying them dudes ain't presented a document with your name on it yet. Now, there is some document. Comment with your guys' thoughts on it. I don't have it handy. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing y'all this one on the run. Make sure to comment, though, guys. And there's a document, and there's a theory out there that something in the document, someone link me that, if you will, you know what I mean, so we can dive more into that. But it was something that kind of many people were saying that's in reference to WACK, right? This guy says, not one, you funny. We still waiting for you to reveal your sealed paperwork. Facts. This guy says, cornball. Both of you are a bunch of gossip ladies. LOL. Laughing emojis. This guy says, Christopher Lovejoy. Dude, you the police too. Now, what's everyone's thoughts on 600? 600, right? There's just off the rip, the way he dived into the blogosphere, and you know, I don't know, like a lot of people just were feeling, who is this guy? Where did he come from? Now, more things have come out about his background, but many people still feel it's fugazi or funny style or something don't add up, or in certain instances when, you know, there's been questions, then all of a sudden something will appear a little too nice and neat put together. You know, either it's put together too neat, or some feel it's just there's a lack of it. Like it's rather bizarre. You know, how bizarre, right? But I don't know. You know, it's wild. The alliance that WACK and 600 have developed through you know, the recent developments in the blogosphere, and with the Big U beef, WACK 600 has been like key in really trying to tarnish Big U's image and everything. It's been crazy, man. As 600 says, he is a A&R at Cash Money West. WACK put him on with that. He says, what else does he say, yo? He says WACK been flocking with him from way back. WACK had the connections to get him up out of that situation with Don King contractually, which he just touched on No Jumper recently. I wanted to do more videos on that. I got to dive back into that interview. I got one vid off that. Comment and let me know if y'all seen it. I'll link it below. That one was about Milk. 600 was asked about the beef with Milk, and he was like, yo, like, it ain't even nothing. I'm the rookie of the year in this blogosphere-ish, and, Milk doing his reactions and being a reactor, that's his MO, that's his forte in the blogosphere. It's like 600 feels it's only right, since Milk is reacting to 600, Christopher Lovejoy's ish, he should be able to get a collab and an interview with them. What do y'all think about that? And again, I'll link that video below. Go tap in, check it out, share your thoughts on that one as well. Like he's saying, it's only right, if you're going to react to me, you should collab with me, and I'm the rookie of the year, so you got to respect that ish, that rookie of the year status. What do y'all think about that? That's a whole nother debate discussion. Link will be pinned below. Let's carry on here. You the police too, wipe your mouth. You ain't neighborhood, go join WACK100, Pyru. And you haven't unsealed your work and brought it to the party yet. Baby WACK 600. He's back. Nah, CS-2 back. Okay, now right there, that's in reference that I was speaking of that paperwork, of that, piece of the document that has been in question and has, having motherfuckers be like, yo, that's WACK they're talking about. That's what it is. That's CS2 back. Comment, y'all. Like, let's talk more about that. That's what this cat right here is saying. Let me like that. That's what I'm talking about, that individuals in the blogosphere have been talking about. Let's carry on. Christopher Lovejoy don't have to. When he admitted to everything in the paperwork on the Stutterbox phone call, he admitted to being on the three-way call with Mark Stevens. Who else was trying to call Del Dog? Who was on the three-way call? Says CS2 back, and they got the WACK boy. What else got to be explained? He needs to present or paperwork. It ain't him. So again, that's that whole CS2 back situation. There was a really good piece of content out there. Shout out to Death of the Cloud Chaser. I believe it was on his platform, where they had a comment, if y'all seen this, they had a live. Spider Loke was on there. Big shout out to SPI as always. Solid dude, really, really cool individual. It's been good to see him prosper in this blogosphere era, but yeah, he was on there. K9 was on there. A lot of cats were on there, and they were all breaking this down. It was like SPI, that K9 dude. What do y'all think about K9? He's been coming up in a sense. He's been, out to expose a lot of stuff from way back. We're talking about damn near a decade ago. And he got a little traction and stuff like that. But now in this current era of influencers, reactors, and, just people making content in various ways, it seems like, it's kind of coming together for him. I wonder if we'll see him make it to No Jumper or different platforms like that. Let me know what you think about him. I don't know if they got Reggie on the phone. Shout out to Reggie as well. There was a lot of individuals on this call, and they were talking about this, these allegations that 600 that came with, and, all this paperwork and, informants, and it just goes deep, it really does. It's a wild situation, no question. But that's what they were saying, what it says right here about he already admitted to being on the three-way with Mark Stevens. Who else was trying to call Del Dog, etc. they were saying with WACK already admitting to certain things with these phone calls, right? That certified that he is wrapped up with this whole CS2 thing. You know, that WACK had kind of, in a sense, exposed himself, where he said some things he couldn't take back, and you know that kind of you know, puts this theory regarding WACK together in a major way. So tap in on that. Lil Rodze Official says, Christopher Lovejoy, he stood on business. You've been exposed, accepted, let's move forward. So are you an informant? They still haven't produced one piece of paperwork yet. It's 100 ENT. 2 different cases, my boy. They talking about the Biggie murder here, not the Main Street case. This is in response to someone saying they haven't produced one piece of paperwork yet. It's 100 ENT. This guy says the 60s all in the comments. Mad as fluck. Check your inbox. I sent you a WACK100 information on Finesse 2 times and his manager. Beast the teeth. Get off WACK. Johnson. Pause. And get your fingers out as BU double T's. Pause. He trying to use cops to clear his name. Too funny. So what do you guys think about that? That's an interesting point, an interesting response there. You know, that WACK always runs to Kading, and again, shout out Reggie, right? You know, and let me make this clear, as always, when it comes to this kind of stuff, street-ish and things of that nature, I always keep it a buck with y'all. That J Coffee Talk is an internet nerd, a square, a family man. You know, I have no qualms if I have to make a police report or something like that. I'm no G. I've been outside. I've been around the block. No way, like none of this gang type ish or nothing like that. You know, but I'm just saying, in a sense, I know what time it is, but I'm no G. So let's make that clear. I always gotta level with y'all in that sense, you know. But what do you guys think, though? That's what I was going on, that little, you know, statement about me being, you know, a square. I'm saying that when it comes to Reggie, being that he's former law enforcement and all that, you know. But I fluck with Reggie stuff, you know. I think he's had a very interesting career, and it's pretty crazy someone to be in law enforcement but then tied to the streets at the same damn time, you know. But they're saying, like, yo, WACK always runs to these detectives, law enforcement, to clear his name about not being a rat. Make that make sense, you know. What do you guys think? Is that intriguing to y'all as well? Does that speak to y'all? Because let's keep it real with all this stuff when it comes to informants and all this, what we're talking about. There really is ish that there is no paperwork on. There really is people that are have informed or worked with 5-0, and it's not always documented. There is informants that ain't on the books, you know. By the book standard, informants are supposed to be registered by name, in some senses cut paychecks, documented, organized, you know. Back in the day, thrown in that 3-ring binder. Now currently it's all digitally, and sometimes we see information leak in a digital way. That is just crazy, like we've seen in the YSL Rico case, or in Chicago as well. We've seen a lot of stuff leak out, videos exposing people, moments that people thought people would never see, that the blogosphere would never see, and it wouldn't become public, you know, the digital stuff now. But there's instances where informants and stuff like that, not everything is documented, you know, and it's just crazy with all this. You know, if you ask me, I'm going to just give y'all my gut feeling, not saying this is what it is. This is just a J Coffee Talk theory. I think on both sides, both of the parties going at each other here, there's been some work with law enforcement to various degrees, you know, but that's what I think. Let me know if you agree. Let's continue on. 2 different cases. They talking about the Biggie murder case, not the Main Street case. This is about the Biggie murder. This ain't got nothing to do with the Main Street case. They got that paperwork on your nephew. Damn. Dude's going out, said Sad. Made a whole documentary lying on it, dude. Bad work. Okay. Won't y'all pull up Deuce M's room? WACK100 really making Cali dudes look like clowns. I'm happy he from the Valley and a right slider. So let's just take a moment with that statement here and just say, just sit back and say, wow, ain't it crazy, as we always talk about on the J Coffee Talk platform. As if you're new to this platform, please do me that solid, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, help me break through in this algorithm. You know, the algorithm is a motherfucker, and very often the algorithm does not show J Coffee Talk favor, you know. So tap in, help me out, interact with the video, but more important than all that, please hit the comments. Let's talk. Let's coffee talk it up. That's what we do on this platform. When we talk about music, news, sports, current events, life, and much, much more. And it's all about hearing from y'all, the people. But this is very interesting, looking at this comment and sitting back and just taking a panoramic view of this and summarizing it up, right? He says, Wack really making Cali dudes look like clowns. I'm happy he from the Valley and a right sider. Now, you know, so often with different stuff we cover on this platform, you know, in regards to hip hop, in regards to prison content in that world, in regards to the street and gang culture, it's so crazy that we see the different worlds intersect and overlap, meaning the streets, you know, criminal enterprises and things of that nature, and then the entertainment world where dudes are some dudes are playing a character, some dudes is all the way thorough with it, some dudes was all the way thorough with it. Now they're just trying to live a law-abiding life and get to the bag in you know, legal ways and things like that. And you know, so much comes to the media and stuff like that and making content, and it's like, you know, like we always talk about with the Vlad TV interviews and stuff like that, and different things, and the goalposts get moved and the temperature of things changes, and it's just like, is this telling? Is this gone too far? You know, it's just so crazy how these worlds have collided and everything plays out into the blogosphere where everyone knows law enforcement is watching, right? We've seen in cases, paperwork and stuff like that, where trials, right? We've seen the blogosphere be referenced numerous times, social media posts, all kinds of ish, you know, the hip hop police, the feds, RICO cases going on. It's a crazy world. And then you sit back and look at someone like WACK100, who, you know, has ties to the streets and gangs, right? Who was a businessman and found ways to make money through trucking and just different things like that, and you know, got into the hip hop world. And it's like or dislike Wack. It's a very interesting story. I wonder if we'll ever get WACK100, the Cash Jones movie, you know, like Wack, like put that together, you know, or sign the rights over to someone who can make it and tell the story how they want to tell it, so you ain't got your handprints all over it, you know. But it's just so crazy to look at someone like Wack, who is in all these different worlds, hip hop, the streets, gangs and stuff like that, tied to these streets in different ways. And the way what he's done with his clubhouse team and all that, it's just crazy, you know. Like, Wack is a very eccentric individual, and I'll say, you know, I'll just throw that out there and leave that there, you know. Like, Wack, I don't know, he's an interesting character, we'll say that. Comment if y'all feel me on that last bit of that rant there, but let's continue on. This dude says facts. Oh yeah, but that's what I was getting at. Like, a lot of dudes that are in the streets, you know, they gotta like really not feel the way WACK100 rocks in a lot of instances, you know. Like when him and Big U were still cool, at certain times when people would keep wanting Big U to speak on some of the stuff Wack has said, he'd be like, yo, I don't really do the internet ish like that. That's how he pumps, you know. And then the game, everyone would always want to hear from the game. with all the stuff that WACK would be saying, disrespecting Nipsey Hussle. You know, WACK always tries to play semantics with it, and oh, I'm talking about album sales and this and that. That's what's legendary. It's like, come on, B. You know what you said. You know what you're saying. And then Tupac, this man went on to talk about Pac's mom, R.I.P. Afeni Shakur, being on the pipe. You know, it's like he'll say things of that nature and then talk about, but facts can never be like, you know what you're doing. But my point in all this is, in a place where the streets and everything is changing as we know it, a guy like WACK100, a lot of people, I'm sure, don't feel a lot of the ish that he does, but monetary gain and finances and stuff like that probably saved WACK more times than he knows. You know, I mean, dude, his list of enemies is endless. Let's continue on. Crips don't care what he do, just stop playing with Nip name for real. He ain't neighborhood. If he don't respect the homie, he can't be trusted. Old snake Judas ass dude. He feds just like, he's the feds just like WACK100. Can't get hold of him because they put everything on the net for evidence, like we don't watch First 48. Very interesting comment there, y'all. We know hip-hop police, the feds, everyone is watching what's going on in the blogosphere. Comment and let me know if you agree with that comment, that you know, that is a part of WACK's strategy. As I always point out, again, like or dislike WACK, right? The guy's a major PRICK. Oh, apologies, y'all, spelling that out. Didn't mean to disrespect anyone. Don't take it in that way. But my point is even if you don't like WACK, he's very strategic with what he does. There's always a method to his madness, unless he gets too emotional about something and his narcissist complex kicks in. He'll just jump out the window sometimes. But do you guys concur with that statement, that that's why WACK puts a lot of this ish into the blogosphere, you know, to lay that digital footprint and have all the evidence there so the feds, the hip-hop police, detectives can piece it all together? You know, essentially it's like he's saying WACK is an informant and he uses the blogosphere for his informant work. That's a wild take right there. That's a wild take, Jake. This proves nothing. Greg Kading not going to admit to you getting arrested, and he don't work for the feds. The first guy said you got arrested. The attorney said you're CS number 2 back. Somewhere out there you got sealed paperwork talking about the feds told you they owe you one. If the feds owe you one, you cooperating with federal agents. Man, that's the comment right there. Let's screenshot that one. That is the comment right there. That sums all this stuff up in a like we gotta heart that one. That sums up this discussion to the fullest, man. Shout out to this guy, T the G from the EA. This guy says, lame, your new name on hood. Lame 100 is your new name on hood, WACK100. WACK, why don't you box Big U? Oh, another thing we gotta throw out there. In that No Jumper interview, 600 issued, you know, the challenge to box Big U. Will it happen? Doubt it. I don't know, man. 600, man, this guy's crazy. And we all seen the body language, the way it looked in, you know, that one video where he got on cam. I know y'all know what I'm talking about, saying like, yeah, I'm rocking with the big homie and all that, and everything. He would, you know, you could see the fear. You could see what it was. That video spoke volumes of truth, in my opinion. But I don't know. He had a story on No Jumper when they asked him about it. So we'll leave that alone. Let me know what you think about that whole discussion. And then we also got this repost here from WACK100. You know, this Luce cannon dude who's been going in on Big U. We've seen a lot of people reacting, discrediting him. WACK shares a message that this guy sent out to Cowboy.
Cowboy, you a bitch. Like you should. Cowboy, you a bitch. Like you should have been got put off the hood for letting Nipsey get killed. Buster ass nigga, you ran like a hoe. Nigga, bitch ass nigga. Watch your mouth when you talk to a crip, nigga.
Rodze from Rolling 60s comes to Clubhouse to expose Big U with WACK100. That's over there on Ray Gibbs TV. Shout out to that guy. Definitely tap into a lot of his stuff. You know, he stays on his grizzy, getting all the content up. But I don't know. There you hear the loose cannon dude dissing Cowboy. Is so crazy with all these individuals from the 60s and all this drama that's been going on in WACK100 and R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, the federal government, all this stuff. Like, let's talk about it all in the comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you think, Big U is indeed a rat? Do you think that, or do you think that's cap? What do you think about the documents that we have seen? What do you think about this CS2 back stuff and WACK100? Like, tap in. Let's break it all down in the comments. Like I said, my gut tells me I think there was some collaboration, if you will, with the authorities from both sides in varying degrees. That's just my gut feeling. I don't know. I could be wrong. As always, I always let y'all know I'm just an individual that talks into a device to tap in with the people out there in the blogosphere on all the different topics. Whether it's a trending topic, getting crazy views, or whether I'm the only one talking about it, I'm going to be talking about it. That's how I rock. Music, news, sports, current events, life, and much, much more. If you made it thus far, do me that solid, right? And do coffee emoji, 100 emoji. And, that'll let me know if y'all made it this far. God bless. Have a great day. Look forward to talking to y'all in the comments. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.